SEC game, so it's, they got good players, SEC players, so we got to, we always got to show up in every game. So to me, we got to take care of ourselves. It doesn't matter to me what it brings across from us. We got to do what we're supposed to do.
When you look at those guys, I know y'all probably don't have a ranking or anything, but is it one of the top 2 or 3 defensive lines in your opinion that you guys have seen this year?
I think, the whole league, the whole SEC West is, they got good players, so it's, to me, not any different than in Alabama to Arkansas to anybody we play. They're all SEC opponents, so it's, you're going to get good players no matter who you face.
How'd you grade Elton's play Saturday?
Good. He did well. A lot of things, more little things, nothing that was, I guess, devastating to what I expected from him. There's things to me is playing really, to me, it's really first SEC game. Playing the whole game, having like, okay, I'm not going to go every couple series, maybe get a series off, that he was going to go the whole way. But just little things to me in the game plan that we have that he's got to execute probably a little better. But that's going to become from repetition and playing and understanding how to prepare during the week from Monday through Friday for the game.
What made Brandon Holloway so effective in that matchup at Arkansas there in the run game?
I think it's just he brings a little different speed. I think the one thing that helps the run game is always you're throwing the ball, you're getting rid of the ball, and we're throwing the ball. Then he backs them off a little bit. That linebackers aren't filling downhill. So to me, with the effectiveness we had throwing the ball for whatever yards we threw for, it helps him just to get those the draw plays, just the run play, sneak the run play in there. They're looking at pass, sneak a run there, get him some yards, and he did a good job. We did a good job with the scheme. A couple things what they did to get him outside, running the ball.
Coming out of the Alabama game a couple weeks ago, did you notice a difference in the guys for their motivation to want to come out and maybe redeem themselves a little bit after the first Alabama?
We got our tails kicked in pretty good, and I think it's nothing more than looking at them and talking to them about it. Sunday night was, were they prepared? Yes. Did they understand what it's going to be? I think they did, but they didn't, and I think that's something they have to understand in this league. You got to show up every week. That's what when you ask about, our opponent this week is you got to prepare the little things. And there's things that they change during the game plan that, okay, during the game is, okay, here's how we got to adjust. And part of, well, what about what we did a couple days during the week? Okay, great. This has become more of a factor. And to turn all those things over in the midst of a game.
Could Justin Senior have played at Arkansas?
Yeah, if I needed to, but it was something where his ankle was probably 70%. That to me was, again, I want him healthy, playing. That Elton was doing fine. There's I think probably the third quarter I thought about doing it, putting him in just to get him in reps, just to give Elton. But then, part of it was Elton's got to learn. You got to learn when it's starting to get hard now. Go play. You got to step up now. This is the time that really, to me, a learning experience for him is we went from up 17 to down 10. Okay, you can't crawl in a hole. You got to go play. You got to step up. They're stepping up their game. They're changing what they're doing defensively. Now, how are you adjusting? And that to me is learning for him learning for the future.
On the offensive line, it's almost a victory in itself to get to game 12 and have all your original 7 guys still playing.
Yeah, they're still playing. They're still running around, which means we're banged up, but that's going to get into the thing. So the good thing is Deion's got a lot of reps. Now with Elton playing a full game and getting a lot of reps, that you have the 7 guys. That to me that you're going to go fight the last one for.
Talk about your group of seniors that you have on the offensive line, just kind of what they've meant to this program.
I think the big, Rufus has been around here not as long as Damian has. Damian's been around here for 50 years since Coach Sherrill was here. But I think Rufus has done. He's gone from tight end to tackle, and he's done it. He's been a great representative of this university, our program. Is he top of the line players? I wouldn't go that far, but I'd say is what we've asked him to do since he's been here. He's done it. He's done a great job of it. Damian's. I always wish Damian had fortunate to play more. I think injuries have set him back over the years at the wrong times. That to me, the off-season development is a huge deal. One year got the knee right in preseason, so missed the season. Then still couldn't get back, wasn't healthy for spring, so missed a whole calendar year. That just never gave him a chance. That to me, going in that preseason, I thought was the best preseason he had. And that last day of fall camp in the scrimmage in the stadium is when he popped the knee, and I don't think he's ever really been healthy since then. Justin Malone's just done a great job. He really has. Came around here again, came back from an injury for a year sitting off, and that year would have been a great year for him to learn playing hard. But again, he's done a great job representing the place and doing what we've asked him to do. I don't know what else I have.
I saw where Cole Carter's going to go through it.
Yeah, Cole's had. He's he's done a great job here. It's just like anything else, and I tell all the kids when they get in here, it's kids get caught up in the recruiting process. of what they were in high school. And part of leaving high school and coming here is it's not the same. There's going to be, I mean, everyone's on scholarship here that you're competing with that, well, I was this, and to me, I think it took them a long time to get over the hump of, well, I was this, I had this, I was big, I was athletic, I was tall, and okay, so is everybody here. Now it's part of learning all those little things to step up and take the challenges, get better in the offseason, all the little things. I think that's something that it took them a while to figure out. I think Nick Proby, I mean, not that you're ever going to hear his name or running around. I mean, he has been, for 3 years he's been here, he's probably the best because he has ran, and you can ask the defensive guys who you want to ask, is he has run that scout team for 3 years. I mean, he's the center on the scout team, and he runs the whole show down there, and he has been probably the greatest thing we've had on that scout team, to have a guy like him go out and do the things he does for the scout team. But again, no one in the paper's going to know, no one's going to see him on TV, but when you want that scout team to go every week, and he corrals them, he gets them going, from running backs to receivers to everybody, he gets them going. And he's he's been a great transition for my true freshmen that are redshirt down there with them. He gets on them about competing and pushing and working. And to me, he's one of the best ones that no one will ever hear about.
When you look at the Egg Bowl and the kind of the history of it, what's been lately the home team? Why do they have such that advantage that's maybe different than a normal SEC game?
I don't think it's different. I really don't think it's different to me than any game in terms of home and away. I think it's hard to win on the road in any league going to me. To me, this is your stadium. This is where you want to play. You have 60-some-odd thousand people with you. That to be playing away, they're hard games to win on the road. I mean, that's what we talk about all the time: winning home first. And again, that's going to get 80 or 12 games. Take care of your house first. Win here, and then you got to go on the road. You got to learn how to compete on the road, and with all the environment things you have to deal with. I think that's where you saw it. I think, go back to our first year we were talking about, was I don't think they realized what coming down here, what they were getting into. It was a little different, and I think even for, I think it's 3 years ago going up there, we went up there with a lot of kids that kind of sat on, we had won, I think, 3 in a row. And we went up there, and after that game, we got back and, in a team meeting, raised how many kids' hands had gone there, I think, 2 years prior. I think there were 6 kids. So they came in with a lot of kids. You talk about winning and the things even with our kids this year that we had to go through learning with is those kids walked in at Dylan Days who were redshirt freshmen. All they heard of was, you beat them. You beat them 3 years in a row. We're going to do it again. We don't just kind of walk out there and it's going to happen. And then we got smacked in the mouth. And they kind of knew we got to win that one. And they stepped up, and we kind of sat back going, why didn't we win? We didn't play. And then plus you're on the road, which is, it's a hard play. I mean, any place, this league is hard to play. We're a hard place to play when people come here. So you got to learn to play on the road, and it's again, you got 60,000 people behind you to help you.